use either the list method or the prime factorization method to find GCF, or greatest common factor. For example, let's find the greatest common factor of 18 and 24. We'll do it both ways. The list method, step 1, is list the factors of each number. Use your math facts. For 18, you would have 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. For 24, you would have 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Circle the largest one they have in common, and that is your greatest common factor. So 6 is the greatest common factor. Now note that they'll have several common factors, but you want the greatest one. With the prime factorization method, you want to make factor trees. So we're doing the same problem, the greatest common factor of 18 and 24. For 18, we do the factor tree, 2 times 9, circle the 2 because it's prime, and then 3 times 3. So your prime factorization is 2 times 3 times 3, or 2 to the third, 2 times 3 to the second power. For 24, we have 4 times 6, 2 times 2, 3 times 2. So we'll end up with 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, or 2 to the third power times 3. The next step is to put the prime factors in a chart and multiply the ones they have in common. Well, let me show you why this is going to work. Do you see this 2 right here? It has a match on this tree over here. And can you see that this 3 has a match on the other tree, but nothing else matches on either tree? And this is all about multiplication. So what we're going to end up doing is multiplying 2 times 3 and getting 6 is our greatest common factor. But let me show you how to do a table so that you can do it for more complicated numbers. So put the prime factors in a chart. So here's 18. 2 times 3 times 3. All you do is list them. 2 times 3 times 3. Alright, for the next one, for 24, we have this 2 right here. We look for a match. If it has a match, we put it right underneath. This 2, however, doesn't have a match with the 18, so we put it out here by itself. This 2 doesn't have a match, so we put it out here by itself. But this 3 does have a match, so we put it underneath the matching one for the 18. Drop down anything that's full. So the 2's were full there, the 3's were full there. 2 times 3 is 6, so 6 is your greatest common factor. Let's give it a try. Find the greatest common factor of 24 and 30 using the list method. So first thing you're going to do is write your numbers, 24 and 30. If you'll put colons in, it'll just be easier to follow your work. Now in the interest of time, I've already done them. For 24, we have 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. For 30, we have 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and 5 times 6. They have 1, 2, 3, and 6 in common, but remember you want the greatest one they have in common, so the greatest common factor is 6. For prime factorization, let's try the greatest common factor of 24 and 28. Now the first thing we want to do is make a factor tree of each one. I've already done that. So for 21, we have 2 times 12, 3 times 4, 2 times 2, and here's our prime factorization. For 28, we have 4 times 7, branch again, 2 times 2, and our prime factorization is 2 times 2 times 7. Now the new part for you for that will be to build a table. So just simply draw a rectangle with some lines in it. You can always add more and you don't have to use all the spaces. I usually make this one a little darker just so I can see what I'm doing, that way I can see what I'm doing a little easier. Alright, I've got 24 and 28. Now for the first one, you just copy down the factors that you have, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. For the second one though, you want to look for matches. Here's a 2 here, and sure enough it does have a match, so I'll put it right there. Here's a 2 here, and sure enough it has a match, so I'll put it down here. But the 7 does not have a match, so I'll put it way out here in a column by itself. I'm going to drop down the ones that are full. This column is full of 2's, this column is full of 2's. Multiply those together, and I get 4. So 4 is my greatest common factor. Here are some just tricks and rules that you can use that you might want to read. The list method is usually faster and easier with really small numbers, but it's easy to forget a factor. Prime factorization is less prone to error. Two numbers will always have 1 as a common factor, but it won't show up using prime factorization. Always look to see if one number goes evenly into the other, like 9 and 18. 9 would be your greatest common factor. Always remember to multiply the full columns because GCF ends with an F. And with 3 or more numbers, you follow the same process.